Today, for your viewing pleasure, we're going to cover a subject that is a bit of a minefield for people with Defenders. Steering wheels. That's this thing if you haven't seen one before. Now, the confusing problem is what fits with what. And it is a bit of a minefield because you see, on the Defender here, which I've sold, the owner wants a new steering wheel. He doesn't want that one, you know, with the plastic cap. He doesn't want that. Don't want that. Of course, you don't want that. He wants a better one. The problem is what will fit, because this is a 1991, and most Land Rovers up to HA and some 200 TDIs had this type of steering wheel. Now, so what's the big deal? This is 36 spline. When they came to like the 300 TDIs, they changed to this type. Now this is a 48 spline, so you can't fit them over. Bit confusing, isn't it? Now they went on to the TD5s with this one, but what happened when it went to TD5, it started to get all funky, because this TD5 wheel was, I'm just opening this because it's brand new, the TD5 wheel was 48 spline, but a completely different design. It looked like that, with that centre bossing. You're familiar with that, aren't you? But on some TD5, the station wagons especially, they made them 36 spline. So you can put this steering wheel onto the older spline like that. Believe me, I have tried it. They must be quite difficult to find. The owner actually bought one brand new. Are you sitting down? You're like this. 583 American dollars for that, and almost $90 for that piece. That's American dollars, all right? So kind of expensive, and then you've got shipping and duties and import fees and stuff like this. Now, one thing to notice is that when you do get a new steering wheel, take note, the cancellation ring isn't included. You would have thought for the price they would have put one on, wouldn't you? So you've got to take it off this one here, right? It's really important. But anyway, listen, let's go back to this. I'm going to show you how we do that in a minute. Change the camera angle. But I printed out a little list, and I'll put a screenshot here. And you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. This type of steering wheel is called an A series. This one, I had to look at my notes there. This is a B series. This one with the 36 spline is a C series. What else have we got here that's most confusing? There's a B and there's a D as well. Station wagon to EA 99999. Really confusing, isn't it? So if you're going to a scrapyard or you're going to a swap meet or something like that, whatever you're having, just be careful what you're going to buy. It's kind of confusing. Now, one observant thing I did notice, well, one thing I did observe, you can tell I've just got up. These steering wheels here, well, you can see wasps have been in here. Look, they've filled the holes up with waspy stuff. They've got 2 taps threads in there to pull them off. You must pull them off using an extractor. You can't hammer them off, and I think on the wheel it says here, wait a minute, use extractor for use extractor, do not use hammer to remove wheel. How many people in Africa have used a hammer and bent them all? Now the strangest thing is, this is a 36 spline. I actually took this off my Defender so we didn't have to go outside in the cold. When you got these, this type of wheel, you can actually wiggle them, you know, side to side, wiggle them off and they'll come off. Brilliant. But one thing I did notice, on this 36 spline, it's got the two tapped holes, so you have to use a puller to pull it off. It doesn't actually mention on this wheel you have to use a puller. Now, what thread is it? And what tool do I use? Well, I made this thing years ago. So simple, it's stupid. It's just a piece of 1/2 inch plate with a series of holes in it all over the place, so you can chop and change different diameters of steering wheels. But the most stupidest thing is, this is off what year was it now? What year was that one up to? 1998 to 2008 if it's on a station wagon. Thread size, quarter 28, not metric. Look, that's a quarter UNF bolt. Straight in. It's not metric. Land Rover, I've never changed anything. Now, strangely enough, you would have thought these were sort of, for the price, they'd be made in UK, because it's a UK type price, isn't it? Not so. Made in Romania. The steering wheel is made in Romania, and this is made in Romania too. What a disappointment. Well, it's not a disappointment really. What do we expect with Land Rover stuff? You know, a lot of people think it's all made in UK, but yeah, they don't make that now. Now, let's rearrange the camera, and I'll show you about that cancellation ring, because it's really, really important that you get it in right. So here we have the cancellation ring. It's this thing here, and to get it off, a pair of circlip pliers works a treat. Just put it in, open it up, pull it off. Right? Now, this is the key thing, putting it back onto the other one. This is why I've got some white cloths down here, because I don't want to get it mucky, which is difficult to do. Notice there's the two holes in there. Where are we there? There. There's two holes in. The tangs go in line with the two holes. Sometimes a bit tricky to get on. But they are the same. They are the same diameter. There we go. Yeah. So there we go. So don't forget, if you're going to get a new wheel or you buy a new wheel and you're going to throw your old wheel away, just keep this ring. Now, what's important about this ring? Well, while I'm on Zoom, not chat, but this is your cancellation ring on your indicators. Look very closely at this piece here. If I can, don't know if it'll focus in, but there's a tiny little arrow on that. That points to the left, but to remember it really easy, it points to the stalk. You with me? You must get it that way. Don't get it upside down, or your cancellation will be all upside down and all over the place. Alright, so that's just a little thing to watch. Right, I think that's about covered that. The only thing I didn't mention is there is a little lock-in washer that goes behind the nut of the steering wheel. It's advisable to put one on. You know, you don't want the nut working its way off and steering wheel coming off in your hand. Now, another last thing I didn't mention, you probably want to know, if you've seen on my Land Rover, my 130, I haven't got the black badge in there, I've got one of them. I usually held it in with a bit of blue tack or something like that. That, if you're interested in doing that, it's the rear badge off a Discovery 1. Well, that's where I used to get them all from, but just makes it a bit more smart and tarty, doesn't it? Right, I hope you like that. I hope that was a bit of an interest, because it gets so confusing. I've spent hours trying to research what was the best wheel for this truck. Yes, you could put one of those Motorlita things on. But there's so many options and choices, and the customer wanted something original, so that's how it ended up. So, see you later. Bye.